Anxious, anxious are the people to know before I rate the video. So many things go in my head. Macbeth, Star of Bethlehem. Macbeth, Macbeth, because the ace card represents other letters. The A represents A as an H and A soft as an R. Both letters come in the A primary to the consonant. H, hard, soft R. If you make the R hard, you become air, air. Sounding in French like ER instead of AR. Soft French for A instead of H, it's ash. So the French and the English become hard and soft. So when you're saying ashes to ashes, ashes, Hashem, Hashem says God. The word God, okay, actually in my work, and I'm not going to go over how I kick, it shows me gear and it shows me Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, 0.08. 08 is heaven. 0 and 6 come together as 68. What's missing? The cat in the hat. Communication in R, in all three worlds of R. From me to the midsection, and from the midsection into your creation. We need an earth receiver from an outside source to redistribute the information. The thing, I'm going to jump off this just to say one thing. When you read the word dollar, in the word dollar, okay, the OR in dollar, if it was in French, or says gold. DO says DEA, DEA gold. DEA is actually the Federation, because on the other side of the spirit coin, the D becomes an F. The F is a rotation of 6, which is black. It's a black letter, and it talks for you and I. And inside the black letter, okay, which is the O letter, OFF 666. 15, 6 and 6, 0606, 636. 6 times 3, 6 plus 3 is 18 and 9, 27. Creation. Creation of rotation, DNA, 4 and 1 create 10, 10. 1 and 4 create 7 and 7. 7 and 7 and 10, 10. Gold is dollar. 10D. 40 plus 14 equals 54 under the sun. What is this? Well, this is simple. This over here is the letter G. This is the letter D. This is the letter O. I flipped it upside down, and this is what I get. This is God, God. This is your Omega, Omega. You see the way it looks like the bull and the bull horns and the eyes and the nose? Well, I'm not done. This is only partial set. When you want to put in this over here, this is your K star. All I did is add the U to the K star, and it creates R and R. P and R, R and R. Do you see the way the R right over here comes together, and this over here? This creates it. And here's Jacob's ladder between this side and that side. You see the 5 and free parking is free. 2, 5, and 8. But the middle man that's in there, they made the middleman larger. They put someone here and they grab from this side to this side, passing over. Broken telephone, we got the wrong information. Oh my God, what happened to my hair? Fall down. So we're going to get back into this. It also inside of it says Jedi, G and D, Jedi or Jedi. Jed-E, Jed-I, because the French say E is I and I is E. The J is a G. They exchange most of the letters between French and English, between soft and hard. The Kaf is a Kabbalah. It's a Kabbalah. It's the Kabbalah, the Kabbalah. FO comes together as the opposite of D and G. But inside of creation 3, and since we split apart, 3 and 3 becomes 6 because it's been doubled. It becomes black. From red 3, 3 and 3 becomes a black O, but 3, 3 and 3 becomes I. The first 3, or the 21st letter, 2 and 1 is 3, is U. We have UFO. Who is the UFO? It's us, the extraterrestrial. Terrestre, spatial. We are the ones who come here to rest in space. Because where are we? We're in space. Remove the Earth right now. Be where you are and remove the Earth completely. Remove this whole planet. Where are you? We're in the middle of space. Sitting in a chair, looking into a camera. That's been sent to cyberspace. Just jumping around. Do you see what this is? This is the number 5. But this is the number 5. 5 on each side divided by a slim line, creating 6 and 9 in between. We put the digital dot between the 6 and 9, and that's your 8. That connects one V and the other V. 2 lives of V. V and V means life in French. The V letter, the 22nd letter. I want to jump onto something a little bit different, which has to do with the, here it is. We're going to look at all levels of F, all levels of O, and all levels of U. All levels of D and all levels of G. The opposition to G and D for God, GDO, is UOD. This is GDO, this is UOD. This is DUI in all actuality. Okay, you ever see what it looks like? The I below the O? It looks like, there it is, look at that. Where men's, how can I explain this? This being red and this being black, this will show you a 9 inside of it. Okay, this one and this one is 36, creation. This one and this one is 11. If you take God, 4 and 7, what goes in between? 5 and 6, F. FU, FUCK, beta creation, BC. K is the star. When you put 2 of them together, you get the left between the right and a small little passage or the ladder to bring the 2 mentals together. Me, Tal, to connect the tails. We need to connect the tails. This is 1, 5, inside 1, 5, inside 1, 5, inside 1, 5. Recreating the lines that support your 8. The 1 cube. The pig's nose. One side and the other side, however the breathing works for the pigs. O equals 15, O equals 6, 0 equals 6, plus 1 equals 7. A is that plus 1 that brings in the light, is the gateway, and creates H. The same way it's on the piano. HA, 1 and 8, equals to the letter R as the 18th letter. Bringing A and B into it, Ashen, or Chen for China. The gem is in A. EM. Why? Because A equals 1 plus 6 equals to 7. 7 plus 6 equals to 13. So A gathers in the numbers from 7, which is G, the letters from 7, which is P, which is the light, and Y, which is the divide, or the divine, because there's a V and an I inside the Y is more than one letter. The 13th letter is MVD. You can say motor vehicle department, and it ends up saying gem. The E is free in bingo, is it not? Well, then it's free for all. The B becomes H. The B becomes N. It says Hashem or Hashem. Because inside piano, when the G meets A for the first time and they stand together, they create the H. It's Hashem or Hashem, which is the gem. 3 CPU, 3, 3, 3, and 7, bringing in the light. C is the Federation, CFED, the Jedi. The Seth. The Seth stands for, in French, which actually means the surf, okay, which actually stands for reindeer, in my understanding, because nothing is pronounced properly, and the designs were not made properly. If you look into the U or the C area, C, okay, and L are both in the 3 area. CL says sky in French. In fact, it says the old sky or the old age sky. We were made to get old. We most likely do not have to get as old as we do, but we were made to get old in this world. We don't have to get old in this world. This is a computer-generalized world, 100%. Our bodies entail. 100%. We don't come here to get old, in all actuality. What is the reality? I'm quite unsure. I don't know. Then how can anything I say be any valid, can be valid at all? So we're going to get back to this part now. Do I want to do this part over here? So Rudolph, okay, R is 18 and 21. 21 for the cube, 7 by 3, which installs inside 18. 18 plus creation 3. Angel residency 666. Rudolph. Olef. Rudolph F, because F is 11, part of the K star, 5 and 6, E and F. It goes over here and it branches out. 6, F, and D come and meet at E. They meet at E. It's 2 open, 1 close, 2 open, 1 close, 2 open, 1 close. That's the way this formation works. Not me. There's the roulette board on the floor. I redesigned it according to their numbers. All I did was color it in. If it was not right, it would all be wrong. But they made this game. They pay odds and money, and casinos around the world all work by that formation. Not my formation, not my board. All I did was go, look at the wheel, see the numbers, see the separations, and write them all down in order, according to the betting pattern. When you choose 4 numbers, it gives you 8 to 1. It gives you the heaven. When you choose 2 numbers, it gives you 17 to 1. It gives you the gateway between A and G. A and G, and then G and A, because G reinstalls with A right after it finishes its formation, according to the piano. Now, I did not do this one yet completely. I only did the betting scheme in roulette. It's 35 to 1 equals to 36. It's 17 to 1 equals to 18. It's 8 to 1 equals to 9. It splits, and there's a payout of 11 to 1 equaling to the 12 dozens. Another thing I want to show on the floor is you don't see the breakoff points, but it's 9999, okay, but it's not. It's 12 and 6, and 6 and 12. So the 6 and 6 come together where the yellow meets the 2 reds. That's your 6 and 6 that comes together. That's the part that breaks apart and goes above and below and restates itself down at the bottom, and in the center are the same thing as what is at the top. You see one X and one Y, and then you see at the top board where I started to recreate. In that board, I'm doing reversals. You can see the Y's next to the X, next to the Y, next to the X, next to the Y's, next to the X's, next to the Y's, next to the X's. There's many ways to do it. And when you're working without computers, it's a very slow system. So we did the God thing. I'm not sure if this is going to work out over here. 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 3 and 4, 7, 2, 7. That is our timer. How does this work? It works out of the word God, G-O-D. Black and black 19, the spirit of the angel residency, A and I. This will become 7. This will remain 6. This will become 4. You'll have 7, 6, and 4, and it'll say God again. Why? Add 6 to this, it becomes 10. 10 becomes 16, becomes 7. This one remains 6. This one becomes 67, becomes 13, becomes 4. You just revert it and put God from the one side of where spirit is and transfer God onto the other side where man is. 15, 18, 21, 6 by 3 and 7 by 3. The spirit of 67, 5, 6, and 7, which equals to 18, of 3, 3, 3 equals to 9. Uru, it means 2, put out into the street. The gear of the Jedi that runs, and between 7 and 4 is 5 and 6. This equals to 28, the moon. This equals to 56. Half of that is 28. Again, the moon. We have 2 moons that run here, plus 1 moon. We have 3 moons. Where are these moons? Can I substitute that one of the moons is in our head? The other one is Earth, Luna. And the other 2 are Deimos and Phobos that come from Mars. This is Mars. 51 is Mars. What lives in between is 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4 is in B, and in Earth is 3, and in Mars is 4. 2, 3, and 4. The representation, opposition, and to create the 10-10 world of 2, 3, and 4 is 6, 7, and 8. 6 to 4, 7 to 3, 8 to 2, 2, 3, and 4, 8 and 7. Did I say 8, 7, and 5? What did I say? 2, 3, and 4 is 8, 7, and 6, which equals to 21, and that is the cube router. I feel we are running into a new system where the old mechanisms are finished. They're wiped up. This earth must move. Whatever it is, we have to have some sort of shift. You know what a cobweb is? Well, pull away in the summertime ends. You start to do your spring cleaning. Just after your spring cleaning, the spiders come out. They start putting their webs, and you move something and you break the web. Well, that's what's happening right now. The web and all the coordinates are going to be shifted. Once that gets shifted, you can no longer use the same motherboard of the computer. The weather will change. The computer Vega cards will change. And the only way for me to understand this is H&H, Herbert Hoover, the year he was the president, and to understand the year they built Hoover Dam. Knowing the Vega for Vegas and Reno, okay, for Riendo, knowing that is near Great Britain or one of the parts out there, I know how these things connect. I must use Spanish, I use English, and I use French. Then I add in, if German was manger backwards, and manger is manger or salle à manger, that is where Jesus was born. In a barnyard where there's 2 X's on the door, in a salle à manger, in a science lab, because science is brought out to balance. Balance is a swing, okay, in a swing of nature. Balance, inverted to lab, and science, inverted from ounce, is lancer a balle, to throw a ball around the world, or a ring around the head. Penetrating the mind, blocking something within the nose. We're all coming out with these crazy noses. Opening a fresh book from one side to the other, bringing the heart of the situation out, and then seeing how these connect together. Understanding the B and R together as in letters create bear. B and R, the B is in the first 2 and 5, right in the center of the separation, 2 and 5 in between 1, 4, 7 and 3, 6, 9. And the other part of bear, which is the R, which is the free letter E for the electric resident angel in the French scenario. And the R, which comes from R is 18, 1 and 8 is 9, connecting the A on the top left over to the bottom right. But we can't do that when we make a bet. But what we can do is take the A and move it into the E position. A moves into the E position. Now we can play these 2 rows. 2, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. We can play 9 again, okay, by inverting, okay, that roulette board. I invert the roulette board underneath, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I flip it this way. Now the 1 is still on that side. Now I mirror it and I turn it this way. That's what I'm working on right now, that I have to mirror it. So when you have 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, the minute you get to 18, I'm splitting it there, and instead of going 18 and then 21, okay, or 18 and then 3 again to restart it, I'm mirroring it and moving 1 after 18 so I can get 18 and 19 together. The same way that Earth and Mars 4 and 3 were moved together, I must understand it in terms of Lo Shu. Lo Shu is a numerological way of putting numbers inside the pound key, but in different positions. Instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it's 4, 9, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 1, 6. The 6 was replaced with the 9. The 3 position was replaced with the 2. Now Venus plays in Earth's position, and Earth is now playing with Mercury and Mars. When you moved Earth over to Mars in Lo Shu, 51 and 52 in numerology, equals to 103, 163, the light of God, the letter P. Count 1 to 16, and you have 136. Count the alphabet, you have 351. Count the vowels, you have 51. If you have 51 with the vowels and 351 with the alphabet, you have 300. 0, 0 is 366. 3663. Divide the 6 in between the 2, put a 5 in between, because that's what you need to do, because in between 6 and 6 is a 5. You have 656. 30 and 41 equals 47, because there's a 0 involved. When 6 by 5 is 30, add the 0, becomes 36. Plus the 1 equals to 37, 37. Put them together, 74. 5, 5, 5, and 5. 5, 14. 23 and 32 is 74. 7 by 4 is 28, the moon, and it is God. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you.